Hello YouTube, Slacker Stacker here. Tonight I have a very special episode. I want to introduce not a new series, but one that has been out there. I just haven't seen it featured on a video from any of the other stackers in the community, and I thought I'd try to introduce it here. Now Backyard's put them on his videos, but I haven't seen anybody else do it. What I'm introducing here is the Mirrored Bar series, and it's kind of a parallel series to the rest of the stuff that Backyard offers. Now he offers like the Kit Kat bars, which I've gotten before. There you can see it's the Backyard Bullion stamp. And rounds, I got a ripple round with the Chinese dragon head on it. Again, that's Backyard Bullion. But on kind of on a side note, he has these mirror bars. Excuse me. And these mirror bars, they are hand polished to a mirror finish. They're beautiful pieces. You know, not all, you know, sometimes simpler is better. You don't need all the artwork and the fancy graphics and stuff to be just a beautiful piece. And I really like the mirror bars. When I saw, oh, gotta be careful here because they are shiny. But I don't know if it's kind of hard to see. I'm going to try to align this where you can see Backyard Bullion mirror bar number 11. Now I'm going to call these guys the twins, and now you can see that the mirror bars, they are kind of an option on his list if I can find it. These are the different shapes and stuff that he can make. No, that's making video. Small mirror finish, an extra 15 pounds. Now, I don't mind an extra premium on this because, like he has advertised, they are hand done. He hand sands them down to that finish. So yeah, you're gonna pay a little bit more of a premium for such a nice piece and a lot of hard work that goes into it. And I just mentioned I'm calling these guys the twins, and there's a reason why I'm calling them the twins, except for the obvious reasons that you can see. They're both mirror finished. They're both the same size. They look both to be just about the same thickness. But there's something very special about these guys. Is why I call them the twins. And if you look, this one is serial numbered 11. Okay. Now this one, and this one may be a little bit harder to see, but it is also serial numbered 11. Now, how can that be? This is a series. And the series runs for the length of a year, and I don't know which one it is, but this one will be stamped with the 2017, and it's really bitty. It's hard for me to see, and I don't have my loop with me. I should have brought it, but this one is stamped 2017 on the end. So to have two pieces from a series from the same year with the same serial number, that does not happen. I mean, it just doesn't, unless it is extraordinary circumstances, which these two have a story behind them, which are extraordinary. So, I looked at Backyard Bullion's site. I purchased the Kit Kat bar and the Ripple Round, and I loved his pieces so much. I told him, you know, he wanted feedback, so I gave him feedback. You know, I love the pieces; they're great. I mean, and they are. They're very high quality. I love the pour lines. I love the stamping, and the big thing about it is the hallmarking and being assayed at the assay office in Edinburgh. You know, that proves that they chemically test this thing to show that to prove that the purity that is stated on this bar is exactly the purity stated on this bar. And these are assayed as well. In fact, there's all the stamps and hallmarks right there. So, but back to those the two serial numbers being the same. You know, that's unusual. You just don't see that every day. Well, he contacted me because I'd left a comment on that feedback saying that the next thing that I wanted to get was those mirror bars. They were absolutely beautiful. And so he had contacted me back and said, "Oh, really? You like the mirror bars? Well, I'm finishing one, and you know, let's talk. And I think that one probably has your name on it." And so he made me an offer, and I accepted. And so he sent me the mirror bar. Well, I had gotten these within about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and I had the two pieces. So I was really excited too, because I thought, oh wow, I just found a series that nobody else has really put onto the channel, and I get to introduce the series. And so I was all excited. I was really looking forward for the bar to come in. Well, 2 weeks passed and no bar. So I was starting to get a little bit concerned because the other pieces came in fairly quickly. And I didn't want to bother Backyard, you know, I mean, stuff happens. So I kind of waited a little bit longer, and I decided to contact my post office. And I asked them, I said, you know, have you had any packages? And I gave him my name. He said, could you describe the package? I told him where it was coming from. He looked, he said no. Because sometimes when packages come in and you're not home, they'll leave a little note or a slip saying that, you know, you weren't here. It's back at the post office. You need to come down and get it. It'll be available a certain day. Well, sometimes those little slips blow off in the wind and they get lost. So that was my thinking. And he said no, we've had no such thing coming through. We've issued no slips for package waiting. And you know, I thanked him, of course. He asked me for a tracking number, and I was like, well, no, I don't have a tracking number. And he was like, well, you know, without a tracking number, there's just nothing I can do. And I was like, okay, well, I thanked him for his time, and I came home, and I got to thinking about it. So it's been almost 3 weeks. When the others came in about a week and a half to 2 weeks, you know, perhaps I should contact Backyard Bullion. And, you know, he sent it from the UK, and I know nothing about the Royal Post. So maybe he has a, you know, a slip or, you know, some type of something that might have a number or some information where he can, you know, see where they are on his end. And so I contacted him. Oops, sorry, I bumped the camera there. And you know, I never once blamed Backyard Bullion. He did what he did. He put it in the mail, and you know, that was his part of the transaction. But I was just curious, and so he looked, and he just didn't have the information needed for actually tracking it down. And he told me, he was like, well, give it a little bit of time. You know, it is sent from the UK. And not to mention the fact you guys have a hurricane in your state right now. You know, and that really didn't occur to me because I thought a port of entry would be something like Los Angeles or New York. I never thought about Houston, but it makes sense. I mean, Houston is a port city, and it is a big city. And, you know, and I really feel and pray for all the people that were affected by Hurricane Harvey. But he made perfect sense, and so I was perfectly happy. I gave it another 2 weeks, and so you know, that time kind of came and went, and so I went back to Backyard and said, well, you know, it's been 4 weeks and there's still no sign of that bar. And so he gave me a choice. He said, okay, I understand. He said, I still think it'll turn up, but here's the options. You know, I'll either give you a refund or I can send you a replacement. Well, I wanted the replacement because I wanted to introduce the series, and it's just a beautiful piece. So he agreed, and we gave another, you know, projection of time. And I was fine with that, so we waited. And again, that time came and went. And he said, well, okay, I just did a video, if you saw it. I took like, and I don't remember how many, but like 600 ounces of silver on a plane to go to Edinburgh to have them assayed. And he said, your replacement bar is one of those. Now, I'll get those back on a certain date. Now, if the bar still has not shown up by then I'll go ahead and send the replacement. And I was like, okay, that's fine. You know, I can wait. It's no big deal. Hopefully it will come in. Well, that date came. It went. And no bar. The poor Backyard. I felt like I was just bugging the mess out of him with all the emails and everything. So I sent him another message, and it finally got to where I really didn't have to say anything. I mean, if I ever commented on his videos, which I do watch, he would mention that, yes, it's being assayed, and I'm still working on it. You know, and that was good. He's keeping up communication. But anyway, that day came and went, and he said, all right, I'll send it out. Well, wouldn't you know, I had an appointment that day. I was going to go meet with a financial advisor, and I'm grabbing all my papers and everything, and I go out and guess what's in the mailbox? The original bar. And I couldn't get any. There was no way I could contact him at that point. And I'm just sitting here thinking the whole time I'm driving, man, I hope he missed that postage date. You know, I hope he didn't send that out, because now I've got the original, and now here's this other bar going to come in. And so I was with my advisor. He got up to go get some forms, and I immediately grabbed my phone. Backyard, the original just arrived. It's here today. You know, did you post that other one? What do we do? And he said, yes, it's posted. It's on its way. He said, he was kind of like, well, you know, I will offer it to you. And I said, oh yes, that would make a great story, you know, to have two with the same serial number. And so I offered to pay him, and I did. And fortunately, it worked out for the both of us. And the reason why I'm telling this story, you know, aside from that, it's a really interesting story, and it doesn't happen that often, and you just don't see two bars with the same serial numbers like that in a series. I mean, that's just too cool. You know, you have to make a video on that. But to tell other stackers, you know, mail delays happen. It's just something that happens. And I don't care if you're Salivate Metal or Silver Slacker, one of the guys who've been doing it for many, many years, or if you're new like me, or if you're brand new, it's something that can happen to you. So if it does, don't get angry. You know, it's natural to be a little bit worried, especially if you're buying a high premium item, but just stay calm. You know, if you have questions, contact the porter, contact the seller, but be polite about it, okay? Be polite, be calm, and just ask him the question. It's not really his fault. He's posted it. But if you're willing to work with him, he's more than likely going to be willing to work with you to settle the issue. And Backyard was absolutely wonderful at this. You know, I could tell he felt bad. You could see it in his emails. But you know, he's a good guy. He did what he had to do, you know, to try to track things. Unfortunately, when it gets outside of his hands and not in mine, it's in the hands of either the Royal Post or the U.S. Post. And there's nothing we can do about that. We just kind of have to have faith in it. And if you watch his video, he goes into a lot more detail of what all could go wrong in transit, and I'm not going to go into that here. I mean, this video is going to be probably pretty long. But I'm just letting the new stackers know that, you know, if you order a piece and it takes time to get there, don't panic. Just calm down, you know, ask a question, have a little bit of faith, and it's probably going to turn out all right for you. Oh, I had something else in mind, and it's slipping my mind. But it turned out great for us. But I wanted to take a little bit of time here to show that he is a generous man. And aside from these great pieces here, when he sent the original bar, he thanked me for supporting his channel. And he sent a British coin, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right. If I can see it, it's going to be kind of hard for me. I think it's called a furloin. And I had to print out a page because I don't know anything really about foreign currency. But it is a silver coin. It is a 19, and if I can see it with light, a 1916 furloin. I really appreciate that. It was a kind of a cool piece. I don't get foreign currency very, especially silver stuff. But I thought that was very nice of him. He wrote a handwritten note. Thank you once again for your support of my hand-poured silver. I hope you enjoy this mirror bar. I have enclosed a little extra for you as a thank you. It is nothing special, but it looks pretty cool. Take care, and once again, a big thanks, Backyard Bullion. And that was the note that came with the original mirror bar. And then when the replacement arrived, I'm trying to find it. Not only did it have the replacement bar, he sent me a Victorian half crown. And it's also silver, and he said that they're not very common here in the U.S. I wouldn't know, because like I said, I don't really know anything about foreign currency, but this one is from 1893. I love the crest on it. The English, I've always loved English architecture, the history behind their country. I just love their coats of arms and the crests and the shields, and it's just a good looking piece. And again, you know, he sent me a handwritten note. Please find the enclosed replacement bar, mirror bar number 11. Once again, I am so sorry that the first one went missing. This bar is a little lighter than the original, so I've enclosed a really nice Victorian half crown to make up the difference. I thought you might like it, as many they are not common in the USA. Thanks again for all your support, Backyard Bullion. Man, you really didn't have to compensate like that. I mean, but I love it, and I think Backyard, but you can see I've got, you're getting your own special box here. I've got the little BYB on it, so all your stuff with the COAs and everything, they're going to go into that box, and they're going to kind of stay separate from the rest of the stack, because to me they're special items. I think you do beautiful work. You are definitely a preferred seller. I mean, when things go wrong, you step up to the plate, and believe me, from a buyer's perspective, it is greatly appreciated. You didn't have to go through all the trouble you did, but you did. So you care for the community. I wish you the best. I appreciate all your work on the Silver Forum. I'm still trying to join that. But again, thanks for all that you did. Everyone watching, please like and subscribe. Maybe hit share and share this so other stackers that aren't subscribed to my channel can see yours and know that Backyard Bullion is definitely a reputable person to buy from, and not be afraid, because he's from the UK. He will do anything he can to make sure you get the package that you ordered. I mean, I'm very impressed with him. So again, like, subscribe, and stack on, my friends.